Welcome to Untitled Geography. Today we'll look at the command word of discuss. This will typically be 6 or 9 marks. The command word discuss means present the key points about the different ideas or the strengths and weaknesses of an idea. Don't forget to include some balance to the discussion, add examples and case studies. You're going to look at the positives with Peel and the negatives, and there might be an opportunity to make some kind of final decision. As ever, include data, examples, geography words, place names, and also where you can SEE, social, economic and environmental. There's quite a lot of information on this support slide here, so feel free to pause at this point, glance over it before we get into a little bit of detail and a sample answer. So pause now. Don't forget to try and include some kind of balance in the discussion and include a case study example. Even if it doesn't ask for it, put it in there anyway if you know there's a place that you've studied. A sample question might be: discuss the effects of urban sprawl on people and the environment in a UK city. So it doesn't say the one you have studied, but put it in there anyway. A UK city that you have studied. The structure strip in the yellow is going to be about the first sentence, so include the example, the place name, the case study in the first sentence. Second sentence, think about the positives, make a mini decision. Third sentence, the negatives, make a mini decision. If there isn't balance in the question, so there's definitely a stronger negative than positive or vice versa, include another sentence to talk about that. And then finally at the end, weigh up, and if you want to, make some kind of mini decision or a summary to sum up your ideas. In terms of how this looks, we're going to look on the right hand side. There's some ideas there. You're going to name the city, name the country or example, and then, as we've talked about before, in the explain command word, the main advantages of something are: this is because, this is shown by, this means that, and then make a mini decision. Is it significant? Is it important? And that's this bit here in the bold and underlined. Then look at the opposite point of view. Exactly the same. The main disadvantages of something are: this is because, this is shown by, this means that. Include some data, include some geographical terms. And finally, your mini decision, which is: this is important because. That's assessment objective 3, which is making a decision, applying your knowledge. And at the end, even if you don't think you need to, still make some kind of summary. This shows that X is significant because, but of course drop your own information in there if need be. The next slide is going to give us a sample answer that we might want to work out. So the information on the left hand side of this slide is going to disappear. We're going to move it all across to the left to give us space on the right to give us the sample answer. So on the left we've got the structure strip, which gives us the structure of what we need to do, the positives, the negatives, and make a final decision. In the centre we've got some of the words we might want to include in the centre of our sentences and sentence starters, and on the right we've got the question, which is: discuss the effects of urban sprawl upon people and the environment in the UK city. So it just talks about people and the environment. The first sentence will be urban sprawl, and you're going to show you understand what that is. Urban sprawl, where the rural urban fringe extends in the city of, and then drop your city in there, it might be Stoke-on-Trent, has many effects. You might want to just finish that sentence off. The social opportunities, because we're talking about people here, the social opportunities created for people, such as increased housing, then give some data there. Do you know where the increased housing has occurred in the city that you have studied? This means that. And how has increased housing, how has that helped people? Why is that a positive? Then make your mini decision, which is: this is important because, or this is significant because. Another aspect might be economic opportunities. Again, that affects people. So there might be jobs that are created on the edge of the rural urban fringe where urban sprawl takes place. Give an example of the types of jobs, maybe a place you've studied. Again, a mini decision. This is significant because. Finally, we're going to look at the disadvantages, the opposite point of view. So the increase in housing affects the environment. Name the place, meaning that this is significant because how is the environment affected? Then your second point might be the job opportunities require an increase in travel time, meaning that, and then you could talk about CO2 emissions, you could talk about carbon footprint and increase in traffic and maybe even health problems because that affects people too. So increase in respiratory diseases. Your final sentence is going to be overall, summing up, which is overall, urban sprawl has had a, and then you're going to say a positive or a negative impact upon your named city. This is because. Develop your idea. Key points to remember for the discuss command words are, it's about the positives, it's about the negatives, give some examples, data, place names, and develop your idea. You might want to talk about social, economic and environmental aspects, but don't forget to give some kind of balance to the discussion.